Okay, those are good questions that you will find, and there's 9 of them in that document. I'd love to share them with you. I've taken the time to figure these things out, and I know they work because they work for me, and I'd love to share them with you. But I see time is ticking, so I want you to have a copy. I really do. And as a goodwill gesture, if you take up an offer to have a chat with me, you can put your details in the chat box here on this webinar, or you can send an email to, on the screen you can see at the bottom, get activated at robinpullen.com. So that's my website, getactivated@robinpullen.com. In the subject, hashtag work from home, WFM, and your name and surname. I'll follow up with you and we'll set something up. We can set up that conversation, and as we do, I'll also, as we set that conversation, I'll shoot that document through to you. But now, let me see, Alt H is what they said. If I get back to my chat box. No, it's not. Okay. Who is up for the hot seat? Okay, let me stop that screen share. Let's get to the chat box. Right now, before we go on, I'm going to have a quick look at the chats, and if you have a question, throw it in now. Charlotte or Leon, how are we going to go about this? Who's going to bring our winner of the hot seats into this call, into the room?
So Robin, you already know who it is?
Yes.
Okay.
Would you like to invite them? Would you like me to invite them?
I think you can invite them.
Okay. So if I understand correctly, you would have taken opportunity to fill in the registration form, and then there was a link or a system where you could share that information out on social media. And it's an incentive. It's a rewards-based incentive process. And people have been sharing the link, and we've been tracking how many people have shared. And we have noted that the person who has done the most effort to share this and therefore is eligible for this opportunity, the hot seat. I hope she's ready for it. Let me see if I can find her. Are you still on the line? Santi Korf. Santi Korf, if you're here, I'd like you to unmute your microphone so that we could have a chat, please. Santi,
hello.
How are you?
Hello, Robin. This is now quite a surprise. Oh my word.
Firstly, congratulations and well done.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I honestly can't say it's not my fault. It's all your fault. You did something right, and you followed through, and that's what happens when we take action. The universe rewards us. How cool is that?
That's absolutely so, yeah. Now, I was very excited. I just had to share with everybody that I know that I know will really get value out of this. So yes, absolutely. It's quite easy then, in the end.
Well, thank you so much for going on the call. I just want to check in before we go any further so we don't make any mistakes. Are you happy to be on our hot seat tonight?
Yeah, let's do this, yes.
Okay, that's very cool. So the
hot
seat, what it is,
do you want me to
say again, please?
Do you need me to switch on the video? Because then you have to brace yourself.
It's entirely up to you. I brushed my teeth for this, and if you're comfortable to turn your video on, you're welcome to.
Okay, let's try it.
Okay, let's do it. What I do need you to know is that this is recorded and there are people listening in, but I want to invite you to experience a real coaching conversation. Are you open to that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so in a normal coaching conversation, one of the things I would do is we'd cover confidentiality and secrets and privacy and all of that. But I do just need to make you aware and remind you that there are other people listening in on this conversation. Is that okay?
That's okay.
Okay, awesome.
That's fine.
Right, so I have my pen and paper. I have my coaching sheet. Let me just show you. You can see, there we go. I've got my pen and paper and my coaching sheet. And I have a process, result achievement system, where I follow the massive action step, taste, evaluate, and review, the master coaching system. And I'm going to use some meta coaching and neurosemantic ideas, some NLP to try and support you as best as I can to unlock something for you tonight. How does that sound to you?
That sounds good. Thanks, Robin.
Awesome. Okay. Now, is there a particular area that you'd like to talk into? It doesn't have to stay on the work from home idea. It could also be one of these other aspects that we've been talking about that we've been busy with this evening.
You know, Robin, I'm quite used to work from home. With the work that I do is my office is at my home. So that's not a problem for me. And I'm quite set in my routine. So I start at 8 o'clock in the mornings and I work right through until 5, maybe sometimes 6 o'clock.
Yes.
But my biggest problem that I'm experiencing is to focus and to set priorities. So I will decide the previous day or in the morning, okay, I have to do this and this and this. And then I'm all over the show. I will start with one thing and then I will think, oh, let me just quickly go and have a look what's going on Facebook. And then, okay, now that's fine. Let's start again. Okay, let me just quickly see what happened with that post of mine. And then, you know, I just can't get myself to start with something and do it until it's finished and done with. And I'm struggling with that.
Okay.
At
Well,
the
thank you
moment.
for that. So let me just check in with you that I heard you correctly. I heard that this is not new, so work from home. You and I both understand that space. For the
Yeah.
listeners, just what do you call it, I forget the word, a disclaimer. I actually do know Santi quite well. She's my photographer. So if you go to some of my Facebook pages and some of the work that I do, like my profile photo was taken by Santi. Thank you for that, Santi. But I also heard you say that you're pretty good, you're comfortable with a routine. So you have your routine. So you start the day with an idea of what you want to do. However, you find yourself getting distracted and you're struggling to focus and you're getting distracted with different activities like Facebook and social media and that stuff. Did I get you?
Yeah, that's right. Yes, that's correct.
Cool. Thank you for that. Santi, tell me, describe for me one of those moments that you remember recently where you are getting distracted and you're feeling this loss of focus.
I will, for instance, I've got a couple of things that I want to implement in my business. So I will start, let me just think of an example. Okay, let's say, for instance, an email. I want to write an email that must go out to my email list. Then I will start writing this email I'm working on MailChimp. And then I think I will be busy and then the next moment, oh my word, I just quickly want to go and have a look. I posted something on Facebook. Let me just go and see if somebody is reacting on that, or the next moment there will be an email, a WhatsApp coming through, and then I will leave everything and just read what the WhatsApp says. If someone asks me something that they want, then I will stop everything and send it quickly to them. I can't then just sit at that at that email and draft it and get it over and done with and send it out. It will take me a whole day.
Santi, I heard, let me interrupt you quickly. I heard you say, oh my word, let me go and check. How are you doing that? So how do you leave what you're busy with and then go check on whatever that next distraction is?
Okay, if I understand you correctly, I will sit, I will be busy with my computer, and then just suddenly I will think of the Facebook thing, and then I will switch on my Facebook on my computer and go and see that someone react on the post. Is that the answer to your question?
Perfect, thank you. When you think of that, let me go and check. What's going on for you in your mind? What's the movie in your mind in that moment?
I think I've got too many priorities. It may be that the the email is a priority for me to write, but also the priority is that there's a post that was important for me, so I just want to follow up quickly and see whether there's happening anything there.
Stick with me for a moment. Go back to that. You're at your table, you're at your computer,
Yeah.
you're working on MailChimp, and
Yeah.
suddenly an idea pops up. Oh, I want to go check that post. How
Yes.
does that idea arising for you, when it shows up, how does that make you feel? What's going on in your breath? What's going on in your body? Tell me what's going on for you in that moment.
I would say physically I can't really think of something, but the curiosity and maybe anxiety to see whether I'm somewhere on the right track.
Okay,
Sure,
so I heard
yeah,
you say,
that's a difficult one.
I heard you describe a curiosity, and then you
Yeah.
kind of validated it with anxiety.
Yeah.
How do you do anxiety?
I think for me, if I get anxious about something, and I will go and have a look to see whether there's a result that may solve the anxiety.
Okay, so that's a reaction, that's a response, and it's a valid one. So when you're feeling anxiety, I heard you say you're going to go and see if there's something that you can do and that will help you resolve that anxiety.
Yeah.
Half a step back, what does anxiety feel like for you in your earth suit, in your skin?
Anxiety is, for me, it's uncomfortable. I'm not really an anxious person, so I don't like it. I don't like that feeling of uncertainty. I think that may also be another word for that.
Yes.
So if I'm not sure about anything, that makes me anxious. And I want to go and have a look now. Is there a reason for me to not feel uncertain anymore?
Okay, so what I heard you describe is when you've got this sensation of anxiety, it's uncomfortable and you don't like that. So you want to go and solve a sense of uncertainty. Did I get you?
Yeah.
And how are you doing? Why are you going into this, I need to fix uncertainty? What's important about having certainty or that uncertainty is so uncomfortable to you?
It's uncomfortable for me because I feel out of control. If I'm not sure what's going to happen, then I don't have the control over anything or over that problem. And to get an answer will help me to control that situation.
Why is control important for you?
I think it's just to make sure that I get the stuff done. So if I have control, if I can see what happened on a post, let's say for instance now on Facebook, and I like what I see, then it feels to me that I've got more control over the situation.
Okay, and if you have control of that situation, what does that give you? What's the reward? How does that serve you?
I think it serves me by saying that I'm on the right track.
Okay.
So that's what I was planning to do, for instance. If there's a positive result on the post, then I feel that I'm getting somewhere, and that's what I was aiming to do. There's a result now, and so I feel better about it. So I've got more control over my feelings then, and I know that I have control over what I'm doing.
Okay. So Santi, we went from writing an email and we went into, oh my gosh, there's that post, let me go check. There's a sense, what I heard you say, I'm not so sure, a little bit of anxiety, and I'm uncertain, so I need to check up on this post. to just to make sure. And if I do that, it gives me the sense of I'm back in control. Did I hear you correctly? How is
Yes.
that back in control on this, if I can call it a distraction, how is that serving you from what you were trying to do in the first place, writing that email?
Um, I think it's when as soon as I know I'm on control of that Facebook post, then I can focus again on the email to try and get control there. Yo, it's difficult.
Does it happen that way?
Sorry, does it happen that way?
Yeah.
Did you
Does it
ask?
really, does it happen in love? So when you go down that track and okay, I'm just gonna go here and I'm just gonna check that post and I'm just gonna, and then okay, I've got sense of control, then I can get back to what I was busy with. But I've lost my focus. Are you able to get back to what you were busy with?
I am, but then I need to go back and see where was I, and then I make sure that I'm on the right track there again, and to make sure that nothing else distracts me now. Let's say WhatsApp that's coming through or a phone call. I let myself too much to be distracted.
Okay.
I just can't sit down and say, that's it, nothing else. I'm going to work on this thing until the end.
So if you were to give yourself permission to sit down, for example, that email that you were working on in MailChimp, and not allow anything else to distract you, what would that mean to you?
I'll be so happy. Because
And how would you
that's what
feel?
I'm trying to do, because I know that's the right thing to do. I need to do that to start the thing and work it through until the end, and then it's finished and I can start with the following project or task at hand or so on.
Okay.
That will really make me feel more what is the word? Not in control, it more,
Accomplished?
yeah. I think that's more the word, yeah. And then if I can just do that, my time management will be much better. I will get through more projects and more tasks more efficiently also. But sometimes
Okay.
it also previously happened to me that I will write an email and then on my gym send it out to people, and then a day later I will go check that email again, or even a couple of hours later, and then I think, oh my word, this and this and this mistake on this email. So I also feel that will be something that I can work or make sure that doesn't happen, that I make sure that what I wrote there is the right stuff.
So if you were able to keep your focus and keep your attention on the task at hand, I hear you say you're okay with routines and you're okay with your priorities, or perhaps you have too many, but if you can focus on this one task at a time and see it through, what I heard you describe in my own words, apologies, is like a higher quality of work, that you won't make those mistakes. You won't go back to emails and going, oh my gosh, look at that typo. Did I send that out?
Yeah.
That kind of thing.
Yes, that's right. Yes.
So let's come back into the room. We at the computer, we're working on MailChimp, and we get that, oh my gosh, and you want to go to check that Facebook post. What's it worth to you? If you're going to say, yes, let me go and check this, I heard you say the curiosity, which is, I think, perhaps hiding the anxiety. I'm curious because I'm actually uncertain, and there's an anxiety behind that uncertainty, and that pulls me into, let me check up on that. If I keep doing that, what's it going to cost you against your primary work, the tasks that you set out to do in the day?
It's going to cost me time. It's going to cost me quality of work. And I actually just realized to be professional is very important to me. And if my quality of work is not of a high standard, which will then, that maybe happen, like there's a mistake on the email, then I will not be viewed as professional. So yeah, I just realized that's a big thing for me too, that's a worry for me. I don't want to come over as unprofessional. So it may cost me that.
If it costs you a sense of professional or a perspective, if the marketplace starts to see you as less professional, where does that leave you?
Unfulfilled. It will leave me with a problem. I will not feel professional, and I will not feel the high standard that I set myself. Not accomplishing something that I want to come over as a professional person and professional businesswoman, and for someone to take me seriously as a professional.
Santi, what kind of work are you able to do when you're not feeling professional?
What am I able to do when I'm not feeling professional?
What kind of work, what caliber, what quality of work are you able to do when you're not feeling professional, when you're not feeling like you're producing quality work?
I would say I will deliver, I will do substandard work. Is that what you're asking? I'm not sure.
I would. That fits with me. If I allow myself to get into that state of poor quality work, and then I feel, oh, I don't look good, I'm not living up to my brand, I'm not showing up like I need to, it makes sense to me that the next piece of work I do it'll be very difficult to do a quality piece of work, a high caliber piece of work.
Yeah.
Does that
fit? It is, yeah, because I do feel that as soon as I deliver substandard work, it influences my professionalism, which I don't feel that professional anymore, and I don't want to fall into a trap that, okay, I've done that now, it did go through, maybe I don't have to worry at raising my standards. That's a concern, but actually not that much, because I will actually go back again and just see that I do better work there.
Yes. However, you've lost the resource of time and
yes.
and the value that the premium that you place on quality work.
Yes, absolutely, yeah. That's it, yeah.
So what would it be what would it mean to you if you can stop that distraction when it comes up? So you're busy with a piece of work, for example, the email, you're writing an email, writing copy, and you get this idea that says, hey, I want some of your attention, and you can grasp, you take hold, you capture that idea in that moment. What would that be valuable to you?
Absolutely. I would love to capture that and just put it away and go on with what I'm doing, to focus at at the task at hand.
So if those two ideas, Santi, if the work that you're busy with right now and this curiosity, which is just a fancy way for anxiety, it's like it's a thought or a sensation of anxiety with a colorful t-shirt on, like a camouflage of curiosity. If you were to weigh up getting work done now versus that distraction, which one is more valuable to you?
Absolutely, to get the work done. That's got a much higher priority and value for me. than to
Okay.
go and have a look at the smart t-shirt one.
And if you were to choose to, it's like in my mind's eye, I don't know what the picture is in your mind. In my mind, I see this, let's say a clown, something funny, like a clown with, you know, that the clown with the multicolored hair popping around saying,
Yeah.
hey, come look at me, come look at me. I know you're curious. That's just camouflage for I'm uncertain, I'm fearful. The alternative is to get what I'm busy with done right now.
Yeah.
And if you choose to do what you're busy with right now, if you can give yourself permission to stay and not follow the clown, if you can stay with what you're busy with right now, what kind of value would that open to you if you can do that consistently and repeatedly?
I think that will be one of my highest values that I can achieve. It will show to myself that I'm able to do that I'm able not to get distracted, that I'm control over the situation and control over to give a yes to that clown. I can
Okay,
say no to that clown and I can just go on and concentrate on what I'm doing. I think that will increase my self-worth a lot, to
superb.
know that I'm able to do that.
Dante, in your second last phrase, I heard you say, I can say no to that clown. Can
Yeah.
you?
I have to.
Okay, I know
You
you
must
have
tell me
to.
how.
What would you need? What would you need? What resource would you need? What resource would you need to go and access right now to be able to say no to the next clown that shows its face in your place of work, in your working routine?
Okay, what resource do I need to say no to the clown?
Yeah.
Sure. That's a very difficult question, Robin. You've got me
Why does it
there.
sound difficult to you?
What resource?
Would you need someone's permission?
I just need my own permission.
I like that. What do you need to get your own permission?
I would need to tell myself that this is not adding any value to what I'm trying to achieve at the task that I'm at hand at the moment. So
Is there a simpler version of that answer? So what I heard you say is you need to tell yourself that this is not adding value. So it's rationalizing that permission, that choice. Is there a simpler way to give yourself that permission?
I can reward myself with a glass of wine.
Dante, let me ask you a quick question. Do you have two hands?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a right hand?
Yeah.
Is it yours?
Yeah.
Could I cut off your right hand and borrow it quickly?
No, you can't.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Why? I
Because
just want to
it
borrow it
belongs
quickly.
to
I'll give it
me.
back tomorrow.
No. It belongs to me, and it's fit to my body. You can't
Okay.
just cut it off and take it away.
Okay, so I can't just take your hand.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, you
if that
can't.
hand belongs to you, what about your permission?
Ah.
If you are certain that your hand belongs to you and I can't borrow it for you for a moment, what about your permission? Giving yourself permission is as simple as something that belongs to you. And you could give
Yeah.
yourself permission like you're willing to not give me your hand.
Okay, yeah. So I'm not willing to let myself be distracted. I'm not going to let that Facebook post or whatever take all my attention.
I like the sound of that. How does that make you feel?
Fantastic.
Where do you feel fantastic in your body as you sit on the couch now? Where do you feel fantastic?
I actually started to start breathing more deeply and a
Awesome.
sense of relief.
Lovely. So that's a
Yeah,
relaxation, muscle softening, more breath, and I heard you say a sense of
yeah,
relief.
yes. Yeah,
Superb.
it's definitely it's wow, I've done it.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it. Yes.
Auntie, can I borrow your hand
Well,
quickly?
no, you can't.
Are you sure?
I'm very sure.
Okay, so tomorrow when you're sitting down to write another email or perhaps a Facebook post and another clown pops up, how will you
He's
respond?
not going to take my hand
Why?
because it belongs to me.
Okay. And when you do that, do you need anything else? Do you need to access another resource right now to be able to make a choice like that tomorrow?
No, I think that's good. I like that. I don't think so.
Cool.
I don't
If
think
I
so,
were to
Robin.
ask you on a scale from 1 to 5, where 1, I'm not so sure, but 5, I got this. How do you feel on a scale of 1 to 5? Have you got this yet?
I would say 5. I've got it. I've got it.
And when you
Definitely.
take action tomorrow, when you choose, you see that clown come up and you choose, no, I'm going to stay and get this done. How will that make you feel tomorrow?
Well, I think I will just be a happy chappy, really. Because
Okay.
that's really something that's been keeping me and wasting my time over and over again. And I don't enjoy that. I don't, in the end of the day, every time I know that I do it in the end of every day, and I know how much time and energy actually I wasted because of that.
Okay.
And good energy and good time and good productivity. So
Time to
that,
get that back.
say again,
Time to
sorry.
get that back, to claw back the time and the energy and the productivity.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
I'm on my way. Definitely.
Excellent. How's that sitting for you right now? How are you feeling right now, Santi?
I'm really feeling very, very good. Thanks, Robin.
Okay.
Um, you
I heard
really,
you, I heard you say earlier that you're a person of routine. So do you have a routine? Do you have some stuff in mind that you want to do tomorrow already planned?
yes, for tomorrow, once again, I will go for a walk.
Good,
Imagine that. So I'll
good.
go for my walk, and then the, I will be back at around 7:30.
Okay.
Do my coffee and breakfast, and at 8:30 I've got a Zoom meeting for about an hour and a half, and then there is some information or some work that I need to get that needs to be done until about 1 o'clock.
Thinking tomorrow, sorry to interrupt you, but thinking in tomorrow, where is the first place that you might get a chance to apply this permission and use this choice tomorrow?
As I said, I've got a meeting from 8:30 until 10. So after that,
Okay.
then I will be back again in front of my computer with the work that needs to be done before the end of the day. And that's where I'm going to use that. Because I
Okay.
know somewhere I will quickly want to go, and then I knew, yeah, I don't know that anymore. So I will be able now to apply this that you took me through tonight and help me and facilitate me to get to this
Super.
and to resist the clown. Yeah.
Okay. One last challenge. Can I give you one last challenge before we wrap this up?
You may?
Will you
Yes?
let me know at about 11:30 how it's going? Will you let me know? You've got my number. I know you've got my number. Send me a
Okay.
WhatsApp and just check in with me tomorrow and let me know how it's going. Can you do that?
Yes, I will do that. I will do that, Robin. Thank you.
Okay. Santi,
Thank you so much.
for participating, for contributing, opening yourself up to this conversation. I trust it was helpful and supportive for you.
Thank you so much. It really was. And thank you for the opportunity to be here tonight and to be coached by you. And I really appreciate, you know that I really appreciate you. And thank you for this very awesome opportunity. Thanks,
You're
Robin.
welcome.
Thanks, Charlotte.
Superb. Okay, let's you can just mute your microphone, Santi, and can your video if you want to. Thank you so much. Great. Thank you so much, guys. That was really cool. I enjoyed that. That's a real, like real-time live taste, just a short taste. We've probably gone on longer than some of you expected. Normally these calls are 45 minutes up to 90 minutes, depending on the topic and depending on the caliber of work. But I'd like to invite you. I want to share this kind of experience. Isn't it amazing? Why don't you drop in the comments right now? If you're still on this call, let me know what you thought about that conversation. I think two things. Number one, hey, we're all real. It's not like anyone's, like we're in this together. And I'm pretty sure that some of what Santi and I talked about this evening resonated with you, with one of you guys listening on the call and in the recording. So this recording will be replayed from time to time. People will come and listen later. And if you're one of those people in the replay, if you watch my Facebook group, my Facebook stuff, you'll know about me and replays. That isn't amazing that these ideas will resonate to you no matter where you are, even in a different place in a different time. It's really exciting. And the other thing is that the way that we do this work, it deals with complex things simply. And I want to be able to do that for you. I want to be able to help you find simple ways to make significant change and bring about really something really powerful and exciting in your life just through an opportunity like this, like coaching. So at the end of this, we're at the end of this call. We're at the end of my contribution. If there's any questions specifically, drop in the chat box. I don't know where the chat box is for you. Mine's over there over now. It was there earlier. Somehow I moved it. But if you got a question in, drop in the chat box. We'll get to you. Remember, let me see if I can get this slide thing working. If you want the 9 keys, the PDF and the 9 keys, even on the evergreen, on the replay of this, send me an email and we'll respond to you as soon as we can. Reach out to myself or to Charlotte at Woman of Stature. Yeah, thank you so much, Charlotte. I see that you're still on the call. Of course, you're the host. If there's any questions you want to ask me, or if you see any questions that we can deal with right now, I'll stick around for a couple of minutes just to wrap up. But otherwise, thank you so much, Charlotte. There you go. Thank you so much for this opportunity. And I look forward to supporting and helping some of your members get their stuff together so they can work from home more effectively, and even more important, get activated to the next level. Thank you, Charlotte.
Thank you so much, Robin, and well done to Santi. She made herself quite vulnerable, Robin, and but you managed her so well, because I think the big thing with anyone that's in the same position as what Santi found herself in, and it certainly resonated with me, Robin, and I've actually asked the ladies online to say, please chat, does this resonate with you? Are you another Santi that feels that you're missing out, that your curiosity overrides your structure to be strict and disciplined? And I think your process has certainly been very valuable to me. I think, when you spoke about give me your hand, no, you can't have my hand. Well, then, I think it's extremely important, Robin, that the ladies in the session tonight allow themselves to be vulnerable as well. Don't you agree?
Absolutely. And a beautiful thing is, Charlotte, the more courage we can unlock and be more vulnerable, the more real it becomes and the more leverage we have. It's this funny idea that we think we're protecting ourselves when we live fake or shallow, or we hide behind things. But the truth is actually the opposite. The truth is the more vulnerable we are, the more real we are, the more truthful we are, the more change and the more power and the more authority, the more we get into our genius state in our own zone, and the more we can become who God or the universe, whatever God intended you to be.